please talk about joining more? It's not about a joining something or joining from the mental level. I can explain you what it means, but I only can explain what does not let you join. Your mind, your thought, your belief system, it's just preventing you to join. Because from the mind level, the mind wants to understand. I think many of you are struggling with, you want to understand first before you join or before you let yourself be in this. And according to the mind level, there are no explanations. You can temporarily, you can thoughtful way, you can convince yourself that you're okay with it, but that's just your thought. Because in that level, there is no explanations. Only you know from your heart, something is true, something is your heart knows. And what heart knows is always subtle. It's just it stays at the subtle level. Because most likely, the human being is connected with the mind also, and the mind is always louder than the heart. So again and again, your mind will come, just want to understand first, wants to again and again, trying different ways to convince you that you need to understand first. Because mind is like keeping you in a safe place in its own ways. And joining the heart is to the mind is unsafe. So that's why whenever you know a little bit subtle ways, you just need to follow that within you. The trusting, the following the heart is vast. It's way beyond all the mental beliefs and understandings. It's way beyond the thought world. That's why there is a freedom, there is a movement at the level. Because when the person is just struggling with the mind and also being bombarded by others' mind, it can be a thought, can be just their other belief systems, doubts, conditions. So that's why when you are able to move beyond, you're less bombarded by others' thoughts. That's why we call there is a much freedom in that level. But again and again, your mind wants to understand. It wants to have something in the hand, something, just craving to have something in the hand. And losing that mind, it's like, it doesn't feel good. I constantly reminding all of you throughout all the years, it doesn't feel good. Because sometimes I feel kind of stupid or feels like there's no intelligence in it. And but just remember that when you feel there's no intelligence, you're losing mental intelligence. that lets you join the higher intelligence. But in between, there is a transition. In between, you don't know anything. If you bear that, where you don't know anything, and then you let yourself fully drop into that, where you don't know anything, and that's how you slowly, you're beginning to relate with the higher intelligence. And the higher intelligence is never according to you. It's not according to your self-gain. It's not according to what you want, what you have been wishing for. It's not according to that. Higher intelligence is very free from the mind. Higher intelligence is free from all the conditions that humankind has developed. That's why your love, your trust lets you join that higher intelligence. Not what you want, what you wish for. Even you wish to connect with the higher intelligence, you can't because you don't know what it means. But your trust, your openness, you're okay to lose your mind. If that okayness is there, it lets you be in the more. Again and again, you don't know what this more means. It doesn't look like anything. It doesn't look like something bigger, something tangible. But higher levels are finer than your mental levels. This quality has to be earned by the person for longest time. It's not just a one thing, one time thing. And higher intelligence cannot be controlled by the mind. That's why the higher intelligence is always being flourished. It's moving. It's unstoppable. Uncontrollable. Because most likely the fear wants to stop, want to close the eyes, because it doesn't want to go into that kind of a broadness. That's why the joining is not that comfortable. It's like you're losing all of your control, all your what you have been believing into. But it's true though. This is what always you've been reading in your scriptures. This is what always your heart has been longing for. You want to join the higher intelligence. But again and again, same time, the person is being trapped by the mind, by its loudness, by its belief system. That's why this joining, this love, is a higher higher than anything you can relate with. Higher intelligence looks like it's so hidden, but in reality, it's everywhere, it's in everything. It's just subtle. Even seems subtle because the loudness of the mind. It seems subtle because there's a lack of longing. For anyone, anyways, the struggle comes. Just remember what you long for. You long to move beyond that thought. You long to move beyond that fear. You don't want to stay. You don't want to stay in that mind level. Even you know, all of you know this. Just simply come closer. What is closer to you, you say loud yes to that. And you need to say loud yes to that again and again, again and again. Then you're learning to say yes. And you're learning to relate what is so subtle and what is always present in you. It has to become obvious to you. Through this, everyone's opening, everyone's joining. It is making a visible, much visible. To all of you. You just learn to say yes to that. From the higher level, they're not much words, explanations. You just need to be from your side in that higher levels in order to understand. And you can You just learn to say loud yeses to what you know. Even the moment the loud doubt comes, that is the moment you need to be more alert, more need to stay with the yes. You listen to your heart. It knows. This gain, this loss is only happening in the mind and the physical levels. Beyond, there is no gain, there is no loss. There is such a freedom to flourish. That world always welcoming you. That this is who you are. It embraces you, what you are, where you're coming from. You just need to trust. Trust is higher levels ladder. And you choose to take a next step. The moment you take step, you know. Thank you. Thank you for joining. Thank you for loving. Thank you for trusting.